right, welcome back to the Four Verts podcast. This week we got Adam, Darby, Dalton, and Logan. How we doing, fellas?
Doing great.
Good deal. We got a little bus renovation that's taking place, so looking a little different, feeling a little bit more comfy in here. It's coming along nicely. And then behind us we got our fantasy football draft board from our league last night, 12-team league. There's a lot of stuff we can talk about on this board.
Tons of stuff.
Yeah.
Great
Basically-
and not
and
so great.
Basically, I nailed it. Is what I'm thinking.
I don't know about that. ESPN said otherwise.
Yeah. What did they give me the worst rank for all 12 teams?
Pretty much.
That's not a good thing, is it?
Not really.
Ugh.
Especially when
Generally
someone
not.
was drafting players who are retired.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
That might have something to do with this week's CTE case of the week. Just maybe. So, also, today is cut day in the NFL. While we are recording this, we will hit the cut deadline. So, we will surely be talking about that. The Chiefs have already cut or waived Luis Rees-Sammet, Kadarius Toney, Justin Ross, Ian Book, Phillip Brooks, other defensive players, and I don't think there's any major surprises there yet.
So they finally let go of old Ross. He I think they were saying on the radio he's been the training camp MVP for the last 3 years in a row.
Surely he'll come back to the practice squad again, right? Yeah. And I guess the biggest news out of that is Kadarius Toney being released.
Is it though?
Yes, just because of the storyline there. But if he wouldn't have got what he got, in the trade, or if the Giants wouldn't have, and then been such a key piece in the offense last year for a bad reason, we wouldn't be talking about him. But because of everything that's happened, we are.
Remind me, what did the Chiefs give up to trade for him?
That's a good question.
We're looking it up. Sadly, the Patriots cut Chad Ryland,
Who?
the infamous fourth-round pick of Bill Belichick last year, of a kicker.
Ooh.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
That's
Couldn't
crazy.
make the team. It's nice when you spend a fourth-round pick on a kicker, and after his rookie year.
Yeah, that's
Yikes.
bad.
Yeah.
You call him the best coach in NFL history too?
I never said he was the best GM in NFL history.
Okay.
Just
fair
the
enough.
best coach.
Speaking of that, if Andy Reid wins another Super Bowl this year, do you think he's in that conversation with Belichick, or do you think he's already in it?
I think he's already in it.
Yeah.
He's had success with both teams that he's been with. Philly just couldn't get over that hump.
Yep.
But, if he's, what's that? What would make that, 4 for him?
Yeah.
4 Super Bowls if he wins
Yeah.
again? I mean, there's not many guys that are in that list.
Yeah.
Not many guys.
And he's been to 6 AFC championship games, or is it 7? 6 or 7 AFC championship games and 5 NFC championship games too. So the fact that he doesn't have more is crazy.
Unbelievable.
He
Yeah.
did lose 4 NFC championship games in a row.
Very true.
That's tough.
Not great.
I agree.
Not great.
But thankfully he did that and then got ran out of Philly, so the stars aligned for him to come to Kansas City. Giants got a 3rd round and a 6th round in 2023 for Kadarius Toney. So,
Ouch.
yeah. If you look at the draft last year, I guarantee you there's guys that you would rather have a receiver for your team that went after the 3rd round than Kadarius Toney. So I think it's safe to say that the Chiefs lost that trade.
Can't win them all.
No, you cannot. Well, Dalton, you had the first pick. Let's start with
did.
your team.
Okay. Yeah, CMC. I think that's pretty much everyone picks him. So I wasn't going to steer away from that. But took 2 receivers after CMC, Olave and London. What are you guys' thoughts on them? Do you like him?
I thought it was a bit of a reach on Chris Olave, personally.
Okay.
Bit of a reach. I know with the first pick, it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
With a snake draft, right? I mean, you've got to take the opportunity when you can if you really like the guy. But, I'm not high in the Saints. I think
It's fair.
Derek Carr's noodle arm is getting more of a noodle-ish.
Yeah.
I guess the way to put it. But
You're not hyped for Spencer Rattler, possibly?
not really.
No?
No, not so much. Not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, Drake London, he's got all the promise in the world. Hopefully he'll display it eventually.
I'd like to see him do well. I think
Of
that
course I would.
honestly, I hate the first pick in fantasy because you wait, especially in a 12-team league.
You gotta wait
You
so
wait
long.
so
True.
long.
Yeah.
And those I consider there to be like 20 to 25 tier 1 players in fantasy, at least at running back and receiver, which if you're in a competitive draft, those are who should go in the first 2 rounds. So by the time you get back to there, you're looking at, fringe tier 1 or trying to take the best of tier 2.
I feel like you start second guessing your stuff.
Yeah.
As it gets closer, you're like, oh, should I take him?
Well,
Should
it's like
not?
I have a whole list of people I'm gonna draft, and then they just like start falling off the board.
Yeah.
Like,
You
alright,
get to
let's-
that last
let's
guy, and you're like, well, fuck.
Let's reconsider, and then it's like, oh, you picked 2 in a row too, so make sure you have 2 lined up. I'm not super strong on my running backs. I did take Aaron Jones.
So look at this. So you took McCaffrey first, and then by the time it got back to you, the next 13 running backs had been taken.
Yeah.
And then there was not a running back taken in the 3rd round of the draft. So you would have been majorly reaching for a guy like Aaron Jones, who you got the next round.
Yeah.
Actually. Or DeAndre Swift.
That's true.
I mean, you were right to take receiver, I think, in my opinion. I probably would have been looking for a veteran guy to pair with one of those, because I consider both of those 2 to be boom or bust type
Correct.
guys.
Yep.
Olave and London. Like, I don't think they're going to be just like middle of the road. They're either going to not do anything, get hurt,
Or they're going to have a stellar game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would have been probably looking for a little consistency, maybe pairing Mike Evans or Stephon Diggs. I don't like the Diggs pick there right after Drake London. But I would have been probably looking Mike Evans, Cooper Kupp route probably to pair with one of them. So that's just me.
Just see what happens.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt great about my Cooper Kupp pick in the 3rd round.
I think I think people wrote him off for no good reason. He was hurt for 1 year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been a 1st round draft pick and a top producer
every year
since
since
he's
been
been
in the NFL.
healthy,
Yeah.
including last year. He was a 1st round draft pick last year and he got hurt. I mean, Brees Hall got hurt and he's still a 1st round draft pick. People didn't write him off. So I agree. I like Cooper Kupp there. I was big on him in the 4th round if he was going to get back to me.
Yeah.
Keep going down the list.
So my 4th pick was Aaron Jones. 2019 was a big year for me in fantasy. I had McCaffrey and Jones, and they were the 2 best running backs in the league. So Aaron Jones on a new team. See how he does.
Trying to repeat the magic.
We're trying to repeat it. We'll see.
5 years later.
We'll see. Jalen Waddle. I'm sure a lot of you guys hate the Javonte Williams pick there. I don't necessarily know if I like it myself, but
You get a starting running back in what round?
6th.
I mean, that's pretty good value.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
I don't know. My thought process was, I mean, rookie quarterback, they may be running the ball a little more.
I mean, I think it was the best available looking at who came next.
Right.
Like, if you're either taking him or Najee Harris, Nick Chubb, which that was a dumb pick, Austin Eckler.
I was definitely trying to stick away from like committee guys.
Yeah.
At that point,
I think
'Cause
he
there's a lot of
was the
committee
best
guys,
available
which-
for you. That spot.
Tank Dell,
7th
7th round. Yep.
Good value there, too. I mean,
Yeah.
if you listen to C.J. Stroud, he says if he had 3 receivers he needed to throw the ball to win the game, Jerry Rice, Calvin Johnson, Tank Dell.
I did not hear him say that.
No.
But
He did,
yeah.
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 Hey,
Yeah. Maybe
so,
he's
I mean,
sounds like he's high on him then.
He is. He is. I think he's going to, honestly, I think he might have a better season, assuming he stays healthy, than
Then
Stephon Diggs.
okay. I thought you were gonna say that better than Olave or London.
No, I think that that Tank Dell pick in that round solid.
Mm-hmm.
Solid pick.
He had a pretty solid year last year too.
Absolutely.
They got
Was
they
he
got
a
some
rookie last
chemistry
year?
as well. So
Was he a rookie last year?
Yeah,
Yes.
he was.
Yep.
Yeah. So 8th round Singletary.
I like that pick there too. I know I'm not high on the Giants by any means, but they're gonna, move the ball a little bit. Someone's gonna have to score fantasy points in that offense to a certain degree. Starting running back, so
Yeah.
especially in the 8th round.
Definitely biffed this pick. I had it written down on my sheet. I picked Goddard, but I wanted Brock Bowers. I don't really know where.
Yeah, I was
I
wondering
got
what you
the-
were doing.
I don't know. I looked at it. I picked it, and I went down and looked at my sheet. I'm like, what the? What did I just do?
Yeah,
I even like put him in a analysis prediction whatever, and Bowers was like 70-30 over Goddard. But
I think Bowers will be
whatever.
pretty good.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
he fell to the 11th round.
Yeah.
He almost made it back to you.
Yeah.
I know.
Or no, he did. You had another chance.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Well, at that point, I'm like, I don't need another tight end.
Or,
I don't know. I didn't want to pick him over a QB because Purdy was like my last QB before probably just playing waivers. So
then you go Hollywood Brown, Purdy.
yeah, I know he's hurt, but I don't know.
He's gonna get.
I don't generally
High
go for
upside guy.
Chiefs receivers, but I decided to say fuck it, pick him up. So yeah, Hollywood, Purdy in the 11th. Then defense started going off the board, so I had to jump on that train. So Pittsburgh. I thought Doubs was a pretty good pick in the 13th round, actually.
Yeah, the Green Bay receiving core is one I just don't know what to make of yet. Either someone's gonna step up and come out of that room as a true number one, or they're probably gonna have all new receivers next year.
It's gonna it could be anybody each game.
It really could.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Dicker the kicker, the 14th.
Find it.
And then 15th, that was a little insurance for Javonte, Jaleel McLaughlin. And then everyone's favorite pick, Bucky Irving out of Oregon, rookie.
Bucky.
Oh, see, somebody did take Bucky Irving.
Yeah,
Second
I was kind of
string.
worried if he was gonna get drafted or not. I felt bad for him.
Was that the last? It was the last pick, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was the
Mr.
last
Irrelevant.
pick.
Oh
Mr.
man,
Irrelevant.
there you go.
Hey,
Yep.
I'm going to laugh if White gets hurt and he's like a starter. Whatever.
Possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Not that I wish for
Anything's
anyone to get hurt.
possible.
But
That's right. It's kind of a crapshoot too, right?
Yeah.
With all these guys, like, any of these guys could get hurt, pull an Aaron Rodgers and blow his Achilles on
Yeah.
the fourth play of the year, and
Yeah.
if it's your top guy, season's in trouble.
Yeah, it's for sure.
I thought it was funny. We were drafting, and Dane gets up and he's making a pick. And Dane has never done a fantasy football draft before in his life, and let alone, I'll give it to those guys. This was a rigorous year for drafting in person. Like,
So
I mean, when we're down to running back number 60,
Yeah.
and you got to take a 16th round pick, it's like, okay, what do I even do? But he got up and he was making his pick. He said, I bet on people. That's literally what we're doing right now.
Literally.
Everybody's betting on people.
No, I think doing an in-person draft board like this is very difficult for people
It's
who have never
tough.
done it before.
Yeah, I mean, there's
So-
no safety crux because you can just put it on auto draft.
Yeah.
If you really don't know and just work
Yeah.
with whatever it gives you. So you got a B as the grade.
I got to be. Yeah.
Middle of the pack.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it either.
Yeah.
The 9th pick there, Dallas Goddard. That one's still sticking with me.
Yeah. There's
Almost
a few
had-
tight ends out there on the waiver wire
Sure,
that
yeah.
if he doesn't start off too hot, you're going to be able to go
Yeah.
to. Philadelphia's got a lot of weapons there. That's the
Yeah.
hardest part. But Hunter Henry's still out there. New England. I know he's been hurt, but
We don't even know who our quarterback's going to be.
yeah. All right. Well, second overall pick was Emma. So she went CeeDee Lamb, James Cook, Stephon Diggs, Lamar
Yes.
Jackson, George Kittle, Mostert, Rashee Rice, Keon Coleman, Chase Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., Brock Bowers, Chiefs defense, Dontavian Wicks, Nick Folk, Jalen Wright, and a little insurance with Jared Goff.
Dude, I like the Jared Goff insurance pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
it's not bad.
it's not at all.
I took Aaron Rodgers a few before that, but with some of those guys being off the board, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, that's not bad. I think the Diggs picks reaching a little bit, passing
agree.
up on Cooper Kupp, Marvin Harrison Jr., DK Metcalf.
It worked out well for
Well,
us, though.
Devontae Adams. It did work out well
did.
for you and I.
It did.
Yeah, and we'll get to this, but Devontae Adams fell late in the third round.
Top 10.
We all passed up on him, so everybody had the same doubts. It finally just got to a point to where I think Alex couldn't pass up on him.
Why do you think everyone was passing up on him?
Gardner Minshew's throwing in the
But
ball.
yeah,
I just don't trust him. I've had him the last 2 years in a couple of leagues, both years, and the year before last he was really good. Last year,
He just
one of the most frustrating fantasy
he doesn't
players
have the
to
consistency
have.
since Green Bay. I mean, he just hasn't been consistent like he was, and I think that's just the quarterbacks. I mean, and Vegas.
Literally,
what
that's
it boils
exactly
down to.
what we've
I don't-
talked about
it's
with
not
guys like
him.
Neighbors and Cortland Sutton,
Yeah.
who's throwing him the ball.
I feel like when
definitely not
teams aren't
him.
winning too, it's hard to get confidence and
And to a certain degree, too, even care.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to be there,
yeah.
Yeah,
right? So what's he playing for? And you can see
Right.
he's kind of the guy that kind of checks out.
he's kind of
When they're-
lethargic.
Yeah.
did anyone watch the receiver documentary?
Yeah.
He's like, I got to get out of here.
Which is
I was-
crazy because, like, if you look at like the culture that the Raiders are trying to build right now with the new coach and stuff, it's like that is the complete opposite of how everybody else is on the team. I feel like.
I mean, he wanted to get paid, right? You know, and Green Bay wasn't going to give him the money, and they got a haul for him.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Vegas gave was at least a first round pick, for a guy who doesn't want to be there. Oof.
All right, breaking from Jordan Schultz, the Chiefs are keeping Carson Steele on the 53-man roster. He's made the
Okay.
team.
That is not good for Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
That is not
No.
good for Clyde.
Not good for Clyde.
I think that's the right choice.
It's
though.
okay for Jaime.
That is okay for Jaime.
Yep.
He took Carson Steele in the 14th round. And
You
Dre
know-
took Clyde 3 picks later.
Dude, I
Yeah.
think Carson Steele's gonna have a pretty solid role, dude. I think they're gonna use him like they did
O-line.
Anthony Sherman back in the day. I say back in the day, a few years ago.
I hope you're right, but I still wouldn't have wanted Anthony Sherman on my fantasy team.
Right, but what pick did he take him with? What
Yeah.
round? I mean, it's
14th
you're
round.
taking
Yeah.
a flyer on him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
True.
Right. Just to go back, Devontae Adams, Las Vegas gave up a first and second round pick.
Woof.
Yeah. Because he wanted to be closer to his home in California.
And play with Derek Carr.
And play with
then
Derek
they
Carr.
ship Derek Carr off.
Right. Yeah.
Ugh.
So not happy.
Not great. Isaac drafted third. We'll save that one for a little bit later. Dre, also a first-time fantasy footballer, in-person drafted fourth. So first round, it went McCaffrey, Lamb, Brees Hall. Dre took Tyreek Hill instead of Bijan Robinson. Probably just some familiarity there with knowing Tyreek Hill as a player. Alvin Kamara next round, followed by Nico Collins, Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith, Zamir White, Chris Godwin, or Goodwin, as Dre would say, Dalton Schultz, Zach Moss, Zach Charbonnet, Tyler Conklin, Ravens defense, paired with Justin Tucker in the next round, Clyde, Miles Sanders, and then Justin Herbert in the last round.
I don't necessarily hate
terrible.
the
I don't hate-
Tyreek Hill pick in the first.
I don't
or
either.
Fourth overall. Well, especially with the big play bonus. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got a crazy amount of potential to score 40 yards or more.
Yeah.
I mean, any play of the game really.
He went second overall in the first draft I had this year. I mean,
Well, we're getting points for PPR, right? So
Yeah.
what are we doing? Half a point,
Half point.
half point.
you know, and then we're doing bonus points for 40 and 50-yard plays.
40 and 50.
Yeah. And
Right.
then 100-yard receiving games.
Right.
I mean, the
So-
upside for that is pretty. I mean, it's a good shot that could happen quite a bit for Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, possibly, but he could have gotten one of the top 3 running backs.
Yeah.
You know, and
And
we're in like
I'm
a
glad he didn't take him.
yeah. I bet you were.
Yeah.
I was hoping you were going to make a dumb pick and
Amon
then
Ra.
leave it, leave
Yeah.
him for me.
No, I couldn't. I said if any of the top 3 fell to me, I was taking them, and I knew it was probably going to be Bijan. But no, I think Dre drafted a solid team for. I don't think he finishes last. I know we were giving him a bunch of crap about coming in last, but barring a bunch of injuries, I think he's going to win some games.
I think it's funny. He had both draft sheets, and he was going and he was marking off names on both of them. I'm like, dude, you just
use
have to
one.
use one.
Yeah.
Right.
So about like, I don't know, probably 15, 16 picks in, he looked over and he's like, "What? Why am I doing this?" He's like, "I should have been just doing one." I'm like, dude, told you this from the beginning. Just use one. 100 times easier.
Seems like he was drafting off the money too.
Yeah.
How much money they were worth. on
Yeah,
the
for
on
an
the
auction.
sheet.
I told him
league.
keep the tally of the
price.
the price at the end. I said that's what you got to pay on top of your entry fee.
Hey, Dre did pay his entry fee already, so he's actually the first person to pay his entry fee. So
Yeah, I don't hate his team.
all right, I drafted 5th. Bijan fell to me, so I had to take him. Came back around. Puka fell to me in the 2nd round. So I took him. And then in the 3rd round, I took Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's going to be a stud. Coming back around, DeAndre Swift.
You seem kind of apprehensive when you were picking him.
Yeah, I was, but I knew I needed another running back. So we were at the point to where DeAndre Swift was left, Aaron Jones was left, David Montgomery, James Conner, Samir White, like those guys. I don't know. I think Swift can have a good year in Chicago. We'll see. I'm not huge on Chicago. Kind of lowered my tone of voice after the preseason a little bit, but I took a shot on him, so felt like he was the best available option. Coming back around, I didn't really want to take a quarterback this early. I was thinking about taking Trey McBride, who Adam took directly after my pick in this round. But there was kind of a little bit of a run on quarterbacks. Anthony Richardson went 2 picks before all of the other quarterbacks were off the board, so I took C.J. Stroud. And then this is where it starts to get a little dicey for me. Next round, I took Keenan Allen. Don't love it. I took Kyle Pitts in the round after that with Dalton Kincaid still on the board. I also don't love that. Then I come back around, and I was trying to make up for those picks. So I took Cortland Sutton. I think he's a phenomenal receiver. I think he would be pretty great if he was anywhere but Denver.
He's their only receiver as well.
So hopefully Bo Nix can get him the ball. But he made a ton of catches last year that were
crazy catches, yeah.
And then coming back around, wanted a little insurance for running back. So I took Gus Edwards, took him over J.K. Dobbins just because Dobbins is coming off of injury. I feel like Gus is more the safer option. Next round, I took Jonathan Brooks just to throw on the bench. He's going to start the year on the PUP list, but he's a rookie.
I think he's going to have a good year after he comes off.
We'll see. They're saying that he should have a lot of catches out of the backfield. So after that, Rashid Shaheed, Saints 2. He's hurt right now. The Browns D, Brandon Aubrey, Brandon Cooks, Khalil Herbert as a little insurance for DeAndre Swift, and then Aaron Rodgers in the last round. So
I think our friend was trying to take Brandon Cooks. I guess we'll get to that, but
yeah,
Brandon Cooks.
I got him.
Yeah.
So I like the first 3 rounds a lot. The next 4, I'm not 100% on. I like Stroud as my quarterback, but once I get to the flex position, it's a little bit questionable.
Yeah, we had people taking quarterbacks a little early for me.
I thought so.
Kind of got a little nervous.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's probably why you took C.J. Stroud.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
There's a run. Josh Allen, Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Anthony Richardson, and then I was looking at the longest stretch of it getting back to me, where I would have been looking at guys like Jaden Daniels, Purdy, Tua, Rodgers. That's it.
He could possibly lead the league in passing, C.J. Stroud.
He could.
Yeah, this year.
He's got the receivers to do it.
Yeah. And the offense, I mean, they've got he's a pretty good bet right now. The odds to lead the league in passing. Something I've looked at right so far. So I think it's going to be, there's a chance for it. Absolutely. All right, so we should get to my team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take us through yours.
Yep. So I always hate it when I feel like somebody knows what they're doing drafts right before me, because they always take players that I was going to take, with my next pick.
That goes both ways though, because I had you coming back,
right
in front of me.
Right.
So,
so went with Garrett Wilson with my first pick. A little nervous, to be honest with you, on that pick, because he's a boomer bust guy, right? He's either going to be awesome or Aaron Rodgers is going to get hurt again, and they're going to have to bring Zach Wilson back to throw the ball.
But if Aaron Rodgers doesn't get hurt, I think that's a pretty
Could be
Pretty good.
okay.
It's a good pick. Yeah.
Could be okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Before Amon-Ra and Justin Jefferson.
I felt like, with Sam Darnold throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson, I'm just not quite sure what he's going to do. And I just like the upside in Garrett Wilson. I mean, he's awesome. And I think with the fact that he's going to get a ton of targets coming from Aaron Rodgers, my hope is he has a huge year.
JJ's been pretty high on Sam Darnold so far for training camp. Now, I don't know if that's just because he wants to build his confidence and
Because he has
build
to
some
be.
He doesn't have a
chemistry.
choice.
But yeah. But
Yeah.
so far from what I've heard, he said he can sling the ball. So
I
We'll
went
see
with
him play.
We'll see.
You never know. I went with another boomer bust pick with A-Chain. Again, a guy who could have a huge year. Was caught a ton of balls out of the backfield last year. Whenever he was touching the ball, he was, he's getting tons of yards, big play opportunity with him.
do they
especially with
have him at RB1?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and the hope is that Mostert is not sucking up the goal line
Yeah.
touchdown opportunities.
100%.
That'll be a problem. And then I got Cooper Kupp in the third round, which for me was, I think this guy just kind of, he was hurt last year, and I think he's gonna have a big, big comeback year. The guy's on a mission. Matt Stafford loves him, and we get half a point for a reception. So he is a reception machine when it comes to. I mean, he's Stafford's favorite target without question.
Yeah. All I got to say is I hope the Rams throw the ball a lot because I got Puka. And
That's
I
right.
agree with you about Cup.
Yep.
Back to the second round real quick.
Yeah.
Did you feel kind of pressure to take a running back with that long run on Dax right before you picked?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I
mean, every pick of the second round up to you was 6 straight running backs. After 5 went in the first round.
Right. And you kind of feel like if your first pick is a wide receiver, especially in a 12-team league, like you feel like, oh no, I gotta take a running back.
Yeah.
Right. And Dane and Spencer took 2 running backs in the first 2 rounds. So I was nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I was nervous, and I don't feel great about it again, but
I think he's the best option you have.
I think it was, without question. And then it came back to me, and I was gonna take with the Cooper Kupp pick. You had taken Marvin Harrison Jr. right ahead of me.
Yeah.
And so that was the guy I was targeting.
Nice.
I'm like, I'm gonna get this guy in the third round, and nope. So banking on Cooper Kupp and making a comeback. I don't feel great about Josh Jacobs, but he's the starting running back in Green Bay. They're gonna have a killer offense. So hopefully it's a rejuvenation year with him.
Could also be one of those situations too, like we said, going back to Green Bay. One of those receivers doesn't step up. Maybe they do lean on Jacobs a little more.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean should be a solid offense. Yeah. Good offensive line.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
He ran the ball well in Vegas with not a lot working with that team in general. So
right. And he didn't want to be there either.
Exactly. He should feel some level of, hey, I'm playing for a team that
competes, wins.
Yeah.
Really like Trey McBride in the 5th round. I think that was probably value-wise probably my best pick.
I would agree with that.
And I know he was a guy you were targeting too.
Yep.
So, and then I felt like this was like my dirtiest pick. I felt like of the entire draft. I am not a Kyler Murray fan. He is for whatever reason he just rubs me the wrong way, and I mean he runs around a lot, but it looks like he gets hurt all the time, and but the quarterbacks just kept going off the board, and I'm like, ugh.
They did.
It was, yeah.
I kind of expected that in this league, though.
Like that's how it goes. One person starts a trend, and then it's like boom, 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 boom.
The same thing happens with tight ends. So we did the opposite things.
Right.
I took the quarterback first and got a guy I feel confident in, and then you took a tight end first, got a guy you feel confident in. And your quarterback's so-so, mine tight ends so-so.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's like one of those little kids wind-up toys. You put him down on the floor, and he just
Right. I mean, he could rush for yards as long as he, doesn't get destroyed by a a linebacker coming up and hitting them. But then it goes down to Najee Harris again, another guy who is all potential coming out of where is he? Is he Alabama? I think he was Alabama.
Yep.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Coming out of Alabama, high draft pick, and just hasn't shown.
He's had flashes of greatness.
Yeah, just ran for 1,000 yards last year, but it just didn't feel like it was that great. And so hoping that he is the starting running back, he's going to eat up some goal line carries is what I was thinking, especially in that round. Took the Josh Palmer coming out of nowhere, number one receiver, hopefully in LA. So I think again reached a little too far, but I think some of the guys probably would have taken him pretty soon. I know you're looking at him.
If they would have listened to the Four Verts podcast, they would have for sure known that he's a potential boom.
That's it.
So, don't hate it.
Nope. Took Caleb Williams' best friend, Roma Dunze.
I think that's a solid pick too.
Yeah, I wanted him
That late, yeah. I'm good with it.
Yeah,
I'm good with it. Especially seeing that Keenan Allen's 300 pounds.
325.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I was debating taking Roma Dunes instead of Cortland Sutton, and I just couldn't swallow having 3 Bears on my team.
Yeah, it's tough for the rookie too because you don't really know, right? But
he should be one of the best options there.
Boomer bust pick again. ESPN doesn't think I did well, but that's okay. J.K. Dobbins coming off another blown ACL.
Oh, Achilles tear.
Oh, that's right. He was Achilles tear.
ACL the year before.
That's right. You can't keep him straight.
Achilles in week 1 last year.
Yep.
After ACL in week 1 the year before.
Right. He's super confident in himself this year. If you're listening to any of his
they seem to be pretty high on him in LA too.
Yeah, I mean, what's he, 25?
Yeah.
So hope is that
as long as he makes it past week 1, you might be all right.
Might be okay.
Or you'll be able to drop him early if he gets hurt again.
Which is more likely to happen. Jamison Williams, another boomer bust pick.
A lot of potential for big plays there too, though.
Absolutely, but
stay out of the sports book,
dude.
Yeah.
He's
Sam started getting the defenses a little too soon for my liking too, but
Same.
I knew it was gonna happen.
You gotta grab him.
Yeah, and so I'm like, I got to take one of the top 3 defenses. So I went with San Francisco over Cleveland, leaving you with Cleveland, I think, right?
Yep.
Again, that was a coin flip for me. I just like San Francisco better. I can't root for the Browns.
I would have taken San Francisco over Cleveland.
Yep. Elliott is my kicker. Again, kicker's going a little too soon for my liking, but got to get one of the top 5 guys. Khalil Shakir, who knows?
I wanted him too, and again, got him right before me.
Yep.
So I like that pick.
Yep.
Someone's got to catch the ball. Josh Allen throws the ball a lot. So
somebody has to. Has to. Caleb Williams is a backup quarterback again, rookie. He could do some really cool stuff this year. Who knows? And then my obligatory Patriots pick because I had to have one guy on my team. So I went with Jalen Pope. But if you look at ESPN's ranking of my team, I got the worst grade. So that's great. Worse than a guy who wasn't there for the draft. But I still feel okay.
We did establish though 4 Verts ESPN. So
right, that's what I was going with.
Yeah,
right. I think we know more than the experts, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we do.
And we need to make our own fantasy football app.
It's not a bad idea.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
it's not a bad idea.
I don't hate it. I think quarterback and running back are probably your most questionable positions.
It's going to be interesting.
Caleb Williams, if Caleb Williams shows some flashes during the regular season, him and Odunze could be a solid pair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got Kyler Murray paired up with Trey McBride too if they end up being solid.
Yep.
Arizona could be better than we think on the offensive side of the ball.
They're going to be losing a lot of games, so
hopefully
be throwing. Hopefully throwing. So, like I said, not psyched about my team, but I still feel like I've got a shot, especially if my guys can stay healthy and all be those booms instead of the busts. I got a shot.
You're great.
I got a shot. I got a shot.
Our Darby, we picked 8th after Jaime. Let's hear it.
Yeah, so I went with Jamar Chase for the first pick. Then I went Derrick Henry, Debo Samuel, Joe Mixon. I feel like Derrick Henry was a solid pick. I think he's in Baltimore now, so I think he's gonna run the ball, score some points for sure.
To me, a goal line guy. He'll be a goal line touchdown monster.
Some people might not agree with that, but then I went Debo Samuel. Dude does get injured quite a bit, but I feel like he does quite a bit of stuff too. He gets the ball in the backfield. He's very versatile. He catches it, usually scores quite a bit. So, and then from there, I went Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow, McLaurin, and Kincaid. I like my Terry McLaurin pick for sure. That late was pretty good.
It's a really good pick, honestly.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think especially with Jaden Daniels throwing the ball, I think Jaden Daniels is going to get it to him quite a bit.
I took Keenan Allen 3 picks after you took Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, I know you.
So
Yeah, you kind of looked back at me and were like, eh. But I also like my Dalton Kincaid pick as well. Going back to Buffalo, Josh Allen is going to throw the ball, and I think that is probably going to be, one of his top options getting in the ball. And
you got lucky in that. Jake Ferguson going ahead of Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah.
And me not taking him.
I feel like Jaime was picking Dallas players.
Yeah, Jake Ferguson.
Yep.
I think he likes Dallas. He lived there.
He does.
So Jamar Chase being your number 1 pick, are you assuming he's going to play this year?
Well, so I saw last night that he is practicing again.
Okay.
So that's got high hopes for that. However, dropped down to my Joe Burrow pick. We did mention he does get hurt quite a bit. He's has a wrist injury that, like Adam said, no one's ever had before. So hopefully he stays healthy. If he stays healthy, I think the Jamar Chase pick is great. If not, then I think it's going to come back and bite me in the butt a little bit. But I think I don't hate my team. I think I had to leave early, so I picked till Pollard, which was in the 8th round, which I still think that's a great pick too.
Yep.
I think that's definitely who Dane should have taken. I thought.
Dane bets on people. He bets on people.
Dane's like, I'm going to take the backup.
Yeah,
and
I was like,
I'll just probably take the guy who's starting.
The guy who's going to get the ball.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping he fell to me. I'm like, oh, hell, I'll take him if no one else wants him.
But then I also saw the Smith and Jigba pick. I didn't hate that either. I think he's got potential for quite a few big plays as well.
Yeah. I agree with that. I thought that was a solid pick for you.
He was like 20. He was like ranked 20 higher than anyone else available, like on the ESPN stat sheet.
Yeah,
but
you showed up, so we figured we weren't going to screw you over. But
100%. I appreciate that.
We went Jacoby Myers, Trey Benson, Kendre Miller, Greg DeLeg. You played against him. The Saints D, Adam Thielen, and Cole Kmet. So
yeah, I don't hate it. I think they had me projected to finish 3rd, so we'll take that.
Us projected to finish 3rd.
Yeah.
Hey, the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase doubling up on points could be a big deal for you this year.
It could be, but like I said, if Joe Burrow goes down, then it's not looking good for either of them.
If he goes down this year, his career's over.
Forever.
Really?
I think so.
That's bold.
I mean, come on.
Dude, they're high on him right now. I mean, they're talking
high on
if this
him
dude
every
doesn't
year.
win the
Of
Super
course,
Bowl,
they're going to be high on him.
then
They're not going to say, well, we just want him to show up. They're going to be high on the guy.
But no, I don't hate my team at all. I think it should be pretty fun.
It's not bad. But yeah. Other surprising picks. So Dane did take Xavier Worthy in the 6th round. That was a little bit of a reach. I think he was just looking for Chiefs players, though, so he could watch him. He took Kelsey in the 3rd, Mahomes in the 4th. T. Higgins was his first receiver in the 5th. And Worthy, Watson.
Watson, yeah.
I was taking Watson if he came back to me.
Yeah. Tajay Spears, who I might have told him to pick.
Yeah, Logan was full GM last night. I don't know if he was for Dane or against him at some point.
Hey, I mean,
everyone's asking
we'll
Logan,
see.
who should we take? Who should we take? I'm like, dude, you're not supposed to tell him.
We'll see.
Let him pick his guy.
We'll see what happens. Jaden Reed, Jerome Ford, Jerry Jeudy, Blake Corum, McPherson, Eagles, Ray Davis, and Xavier Legette. overall, not a bad team.
He's got 2 guys named Xavier on his team.
Xavier
Yes.
Leggett might
How
be.
about that?
That
2 Packers receivers too.
Leggett could be a steal. He
Maybe
Bryce Young's not gonna be able to see him, man.
he might be able to hear him.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, Legette's just a burner, right? And so, he's running down the field.
yeah.
Bryce Young's not even gonna see him over the line. But you made some good picks for Dane. Helped him out a little bit. I
Thank
think
you.
We can probably add you to the second manager tab. You can set his lineup for him too, probably.
yeah.
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 Keep half of his winnings too.
Yeah.
I thought overall, for it being some of these guys' first drafts, that they'd kind of listened to the advice that we were giving them, and didn't reach too far for certain guys like Kelsey going in the 3rd. That's fine. Mahomes in the 4th, whatever.
He just wanted to root for his team.
I mean, no one took a quarterback in the first 3 rounds.
That usually
So,
always happens.
yeah. I mean, probably guys that would have done it in the 1st round if we wouldn't have given them some advice. I have an interesting draft tonight. I'm doing a super flex for the first time. So I've been trying to do a little research on that. Seems like quarterbacks you got to take in the 1st round.
I'm in a super
Wow,
flex.
really? That early?
In a
The
super flex?
flex?
So
Yeah.
I'm in a super
quarterbacks.
flex dynasty, and my 2 quarterbacks I have CJ Stroud and Jordan Love, and they're money every single week.
Seems like a pretty solid 2 to have.
I've got my super flex. I've got Jordan Love, Tua, and it's a dynasty league. I did get Drake May though,
There you go.
so
Is
excited about that.
You're just is that a pity roster spot?
It
Or?
really is. It
Yeah.
really is. But it's a dynasty team, so the hope is
Whatever.
he turns into something.
Yeah, you got him. No one else can take him.
He kind of looks like I think he looks like Max so far.
What?
Yeah.
How so?
Come on.
Footwork,
Why he can
throwing
run?
motion.
He's bigger and he can run.
I don't know.
Simmer down.
I think he's about the same level.
Simmer down. Listen. Listen. Just because you guys got Patrick Mahomes, you all starting to get critical of the Patriots.
The expectations are high for any other quarterback now. We've got Mahomes. That's all we watch.
Yeah.
If they're not doing shit like that, then
If I want to watch a guy,
this is what it
a
is.
guy play like that, I'll go watch college football.
Hey, yeah, man. He's only 21. Come on.
We'll see.
Come on.
We'll
we
see.
got to have hope. Can you please?
Were you
just-
high on Mac Jones whenever you guys drafted him?
Well, I think
Yeah, you were.
we were excited. We were excied to get a quarterback in the with the 15 pick, and
That's fair.
Quarterback from Alabama, at that.
right, and we had watched Cam Newton, short arm all his
Scheme.
throws and slow down, couldn't even run. And then, San Francisco was talking about trading up when they traded up for what was the number 3 pick. They were, they're eyeing Mac Jones. We're like, man, this guy's gonna fall to us. And so, the word had it too is that Belichick didn't want Mac Jones, but Kraft came in and was like, "You're gonna we need a quarterback. You have to draft him." But what are you gonna do? It's better than what Trey Lance ended up. At least we didn't
Yeah, that's
trade
true.
up for him.
Yeah, he looks bad.
Dude, he had almost 400 yards passing last week.
What else did he have?
He also had 5 receptions.
Yeah.
But we've said it
Does
before.
he-
It's
man,
like Jameis
You
Winston.
think he's backing up Dak?
Dude, it's like Jameis Winston. If you can get past the fact he's going to turn the ball over, you're good.
Are you? Like, you need a win, right? I mean, you do throw 5 picks in a preseason game.
It is pretty bad.
He couldn't beat the team there. Who were they playing? I don't remember. Anyway, he couldn't beat 3rd stringers. Are they going to keep him? Trey Lance?
What's their other option?
Yeah, who's Dallas's backup?
Cooper Rush,
Mike White might be better.
Mike White, RIP.
Didn't he just get cut?
He did.
Good
Yeah.
for Skyler.
That is a fact.
Skyler backup right now?
He is QB2.
They have not cut Trey Lance.
Who's the other option though? Really, is it Cooper Rush?
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to keep him.
They probably do. What did they give up for him too?
It's like a fourth.
They have Cooper Rush listed as their second string quarterback right now.
Really?
Yeah. Trey Lance listed at third.
That's not good.
I mean,
like the late Rico Dowdle pick by Spencer. I think that was a solid one. I was taking him.
yeah. So
If it got back to me, I took Brandon Cooks that round, so I would much rather have Dowdle.
it was probably his best pick, value wise,
Yeah.
because Zeke is not. He's not
No.
playing all year.
No.
And you're gonna need a change of pace guy. I think he looked at the rankings. It was like, ooh, Jonathan Taylor and Kyron Williams are ranked high. I think I'll just take these two guys. It's their first two picks. And is he the one who started the
He
started the
took
quarterbacks.
Josh Allen. Yeah, he took Josh
quarterback
Allen
run
first.
for us? Yeah.
I think Dane was taking Mahomes no matter what, though.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, he was.
Because Logan told him to.
Yeah, I told him
Did
that
you?
was fine. Okay, Chiefs.
He did,
Let's
but-
see if we've got any updates yet. No.
I don't think so. The last update I got was Frank Gore Jr. got cut from the Bills. That matters, but
Who do you think moved up the most on your? So we went through and gave our predictions for records and finishing spots. Who moved up the most for you based on preseason? Where they're at now?
I do not think I was on
You
that
weren't on that one.
podcast. I think I was sick that day.
I think for me, like, as much as I hate to say it, it's probably the Bears. Probably gonna say maybe the Jets too. I don't know. We didn't see anything in the preseason from them, but just the more, I looked at the team and got to thinking about it. Like, I think there's probably more of a shot that they're have a chance to do it, at least at a wild card spot. Yeah, it was the Bears for me. I mean, dogged on Caleb Williams a lot, but
I think we all did, yeah.
definitely sticking true to my Pittsburgh's not going to be any good. Like I don't think they've still named their starting quarterback.
We have I definitely with the hype on the Jets right now is nuts. They're now the betting favorite to win the AFC East.
Are they?
They are.
Wasn't it? It was the same last year
Yeah,
too,
it
though.
was.
To start
I
the
think
it
season, and
was
then
like that
Aaron
last
Rodgers
year.
went down, and they kind of were just like, okay, you never heard of him again.
Nuts. But it's gonna be a weird AFC East year because all three of the teams in the top could potentially win it, in my opinion. Not including the Patriots, who are not going to win it. But
Yeah.
just in everything I'm reading right now with the Jets, everything I'm seeing, they're probably the one that unfortunately is jumping up. I know I get a couple of buddies that are huge Jets fans, so
That's crazy that they're favored over Buffalo.
it is. It is. I don't think I would take that bet, but
Yeah, I don't know that I know enough about or feel confident enough about any of those teams in that division to bet on them, but the Bills at plus 195 just seem like decent value.
absolutely. Absolutely. So are you coming around on Caleb Williams at all after watching preseason?
I'm gonna bite my tongue on him for now.
Okay.
We'll see what happens the first 4 or 5 weeks.
Okay.
Preseason's a lot different than the regular season.
Yep.
Looked good in preseason.
He did.
Yeah. I mean, I still just I think he's overhyped, but I think there's a chance that he could live up to the hype at this point.
I think just going back to his, like we said before, his pre-draft antics of not talking to the media, not doing a combine. I mean,
He
yeah,
just
he has no choice. He has to show out, or he's just going to look like a fool.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's working out for him so far based off of preseason. But can he continue to do that during the regular season? Like you said, the preseason is a whole different story.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just an odd dude.
That's for sure.
Yeah. I also like Seattle a little bit more after listening to their coach and kind of what they're going to be doing and learning about, what his philosophy is when it comes to offense and running a ton of plays. And I think they have a chance to get back out of the Pete Carroll mess that he left over the last couple of years.
Yeah. They're plus 180 to make the playoffs right now. You taking that bet?
Yep, I am. Actually, I already have.
Sneak in as wild card.
Already took it.
Probably got better odds than 180 too.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They're over under right now, 7.5. I
kind of like the over on that.
Yeah, I actually moved them up to 9.5. I think they're going to win 10 games. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I think they go 10.
I can see that. They have. How's their schedule look?
From what I read, relatively soft. Now you are playing San Francisco twice, but you've got Arizona, which I think are
Denver, New England.
Yeah.
Start, Miami.
Yep.
New York, Atlanta.
Yep.
Arizona.
I think there's 10 wins in there. No question about it.
I don't know that I would bump it up to 9.5, but at 7.5, I think I'd put some money on that. Adam, you watched your what I would assume is your first Royals game of the year last night. What'd you think of that?
Well, I learned who the Pasquatch was.
Yeah,
I saw him.
Pasquantino.
Yeah, saw him for the first time. It's exciting. I still couldn't believe. What did Salvi have? Two home runs, 6
Grand
RBIs.
Slam.
Do you know what the Sonic Slam inning is?
No.
So the Sonic Slam inning has been a thing forever. It's the 6th inning. There's a contestant, like someone, I don't know how you become it.
Usually it's someone in the KC area.
Yeah, someone in the KC area that if there's a home run hit by a Royals player in the 6th inning, you get like whatever the value is built to, and it's $100 per game.
Okay.
So like
Builds
if
a
no
pot.
one's hit one in the 6th inning in like 10 games, it's $1,000. But if someone hits a grand slam, you get $25K from Sonic. So Salvi hit grand slam in the 6th inning last night. Someone won $25,000 off of that.
Wow. Was it you?
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. That would be pretty incredible.
Yeah, it was cool just to watch you guys kind of just getting into the game, and there's obviously nobody here that in town that I'm hanging out with is watching Boston Red Sox games with me and it's getting jacked up about them, and I was shocked that again Salvi's still playing and the fact that only
Still producing.
Still producing.
Yeah.
I mean, and his homers were not. I mean, they were no doubters.
Like one was 443 feet or something. It was a shot.
Yeah. Yep. So it was cool, man. I think you guys are what? How many games? Are you guys one game up
Or
now?
One game out of
yeah.
first.
One
And
game
we've
out of
got
first.
2 more against them tonight and
I think we've got a 5-game lead on the wild card, though, is what they were saying.
What was crazy though was like the game was in Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
There was no one there.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
As
doubleheader.
good as they've been.
They had a game during the day. You would think it would be a little more busy in the evening, but
Especially
Yeah.
a divisional
It's just
game
fun
like
to have
that.
good baseball
Right.
back in KC.
it is. It seems like Cleveland's really just fallen off too. I
Yeah.
don't think that they're going to be as much of a competition as we think they are. I think if anything, it might be the Twins that we got to
Twins.
worry about. It's going to be a fun stretch of baseball here.
It is like you said, it is fun it's fun to watch when your teams are winning. We haven't been so lucky within the past couple of years with the
No,
Royals,
we
but
have not. It's hard for me to get into baseball at all when we're bad. When the Royals are bad.
Same.
It's tough.
It's just
I
like-
wouldn't have been sitting here talking about the Royals at this point last year.
Right.
You know, we were already eliminated from the playoffs.
There was nothing to talk
probably.
about.
No,
Yeah.
there wasn't. Yeah. And 2 days still college football. Mizzou is 48-point favorites over Murray State.
That's it.
Hey, if you feel lucky, put your money on it. They're 48-point favorites. The over/under is 57.5.
Wow.
That implies that they're gonna maybe Murray scores a touchdown and a field goal, and Mizzou scores 48 points. That's how it should be.
Well, I mean, if they're gonna try and make it to the college football playoff, I mean, they better
Yeah.
blow out these teams.
67% of the money is on the Murray State spread. 63% of the money is on the over 57.5 on DraftKings.
That's a lot.
What
Man, that's a lot of points.
what is the Kansas versus Lindenwood game looking like?
That's a great question. Let's.
I saw something today that a KU fan tweeted, and they said if they leave Manhattan, I think it's week 9 they play, week 8 maybe. If they leave Manhattan and they're undefeated, they think that Kansas will be the number 1 team in the nation.
That's hilarious.
It
Wow.
took
It's not gonna
everything.
happen, so
It
we
took
shouldn't even waste our
everything
breath talking
for me
about it.
not to respond and be like, "You're out of your
Not a
mind, brother."
chance.
Kansas is minus 45.5.
45.5. And a majority of the money, 58% of the spread money, is on Kansas. Smaller spread than Mizzou.
Wow, people are high on Lindenwood, huh?
Higher than Murray State.
Evidently. Or is it Kansas is that much worse than Missouri?
Yeah, that's
I
it.
think that's
Okay.
it.
That's what I'd like to say.
gotcha.
K-State, 36-point favorites over UT Martin, 56.5 over under. I don't know. I would almost put my money on Murray State Mizzou game. I mean, 48 points is maybe even if I could buy a couple points and get it to 49.5.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of
That's
points.
a
It's a lot
lot
of
of
scoring.
Yeah.
But at that point, though, you're almost better to bet on the over under.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
You know, you can keep it under there.
Yeah. So you get what are the couple of the big games? So obviously you got Penn State, West Virginia.
That's a big game.
That's a big game. Yeah.
Georgia,
It's a big
Clemson.
Clemson, Georgia.
Georgia Clemson's
I
probably
think
the
that's
biggest.
I think that's probably the top game.
Yep.
For sure.
Well, it's, you know,
Georgia's 13.5-point favorites in that one. Minus 600 money line. 48.5 over under.
wow.
That's where college football game day is at, right?
Yeah.
In Georgia.
Fun to watch. Fun to
Old
watch.
Pat
Fun to
McAfee, he'll be fired up for that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe
we
we'll
get to see
another
what
champ.
kind of run Colorado State's going to take on the national championship.
That's right.
Week 1.
They have
What's the
Texas.
spread on
They got
that game?
Texas.
Trying to find it.
It might be worse than the Mizzou Murray State one. No, it's not. 32. Texas is 32-point favorites. Saturday at 2:30.
I think I'd be tempted to take Texas with those points.
Yeah.
I'm not psyched about Colorado State.
The quarterback is.
He's happy with himself.
Yeah.
Team, absolutely. Absolutely. Did you watch Florida State blow it against Georgia Tech?
I did not.
That was
watch
a
the
great
game.
game.
That was a great game.
Wow.
Yeah. I was texting Logan after that first drive. Florida State drove down and scored. I was like, that looked easy. And then Georgia Tech turned around and did the same thing. I was like,
Yeah.
this is going to be a
Well,
game.
Think about the over-under on that game. There was 15 points scored in the first 8 minutes. And then after that, it ended up 24-21.
You're like done.
Wow. If I was an over better, I would have been in shambles.
Yeah, I had a coworker of mine who thought it'd be a good idea to bet on Florida State with
No.
losing the points. I'm like, bro.
So I know we said that they were a point and a half, but they were actually 10.5.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
he took Florida
Florida
State.
State minus 10.5.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? He goes, what do you mean? I said, bro, this is the first game of the year and they're playing in Ireland.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's going to happen.
New quarterback, new coach.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like, this is going to be Georgia Tech's, probably their biggest game of the year. They're jacked for it.
It's a great way to build confidence start the season, though, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What do you think on Penn State minus 8?
I like the -8.
Yeah.
I think, West Virginia, they're good. They're solid, but
Even being in West Virginia.
yeah, I'm not worried about that. We still have, the majority of our team is coming back. We lost Chop Robinson, but
Yeah.
we'll be okay. We'll be okay. I don't like the over. If I
Not
were
a
to look
fan
at
of 51.5.
not really, no. If I had to go, I would probably take Penn State, go with the under, and I like Katron Allen to to score a touchdown.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
Place it.
Let's take it, right? Why not?
Why not? It's only
Right.
money. Make more.
Can always make more. And then our hope is Drew Aller is actually the guy that he's supposed to be this year, man. Third
Hey,
year in the
quarterback.
program. Yeah.
Yeah.
Third year in the program. He was a high recruit coming out of college. Big guy, 6'5", big arm, can move a little bit, but it's just kind of been underwhelming when we're watching against the big teams.
Mm.
Like he can rip it up against the, Lindenwoods of the
Yeah.
of the
Can't
world. but
handle the big conference
Nope.
defenses though.
Not when he's going against Michigan and Ohio State, man. It kind of folds. Sucks, but there's hope, man. There's hope this year for us.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that one. I don't know enough about either team. Georgia and Clemson, I'm not betting on that one either. I don't know enough about Clemson but like we said
It
last
could go
week,
either
too.
way with those two teams.
Yeah, it could.
Literally. I mean,
But until someone beats Georgia, I'm probably not betting against them.
Yeah.
13.5 points is kind of tempting because it feels like that should be a close game, but it also feels like it could come out and just be a blowout.
What happened to Clemson?
I mean, lackluster quarterback play.
I mean, they were on fire.
After Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how their defense is compared to then. It was pretty good back then, but I can't tell you who the starting quarterback at Clemson is right now.
Is Dabo just giving up?
Well, I just saw a thing earlier today. Actually, I wonder if I still got the notification. He is apparently not taking any more in-week interviews with radio host. Sweeney says no more. Clemson football coach Dabo Sweeney will no longer take live calls on weekly radio shows following fiery exchange last fall.
Well,
he must have got into it with a radio show
and
host.
Isn't he the one a couple years ago before NIL was a thing where he came out and was against it pretty much? I think he was the one who said that
I could see that. He seems like a pretty traditional guy, right?
But maybe that might have something to do with their play. I mean, maybe players don't want to go play for that. I mean, if they know that their coach isn't for it, is he going to help them get
head coaches though?
Yeah.
Well, so
I think that's what people were coming to him saying that, firing back with you are the highest paid coach. Why shouldn't you don't want your guys to succeed,
Oh, that was actually what the fight was about. Was a caller asked him why he was making $11 million a year in salary and the Tigers were 4-4.
Ooh,
that's what fired him up.
Yeah.
So
bold question.
The caller said, "quote You make $11.5 million a year. That's second in college football, if I'm not mistaken. I'm curious why that salary has led to a 4-4 record. After the 2018 national title, something changed. There seems to be a lot of arrogance that came in. There's a lot of friends and family. 3 of the 10 on-field football coaches are external experienced hires. Everyone else was an internal hire that had no experience before or was a former player or friend. So I'm curious, why are we paying you $11.5 million to go 4-4? And it's not just this year; it's been the refusal to accept." And then Sweeney cut him up, or cut him off. He said, "I've listened to enough of you, Tyler. You can have all your opinions you want. I don't know how old you are. Don't really care. But let me tell you something. We won 11 games last year, and you're part of the problem, to be honest with you, because that is part of the problem. It's people like you. That's all you do. The expectation is greater than the appreciation, and that's the problem." And then he called him some smart-ass kid.
Shout out Tyler.
Hey, shout out Tyler. So no more radio calls for Dabo Sweeney.
Interesting.
Takes one guy to ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, it is a bold move to let callers call in and talk to you if you're the coach. I don't think Q
What do you
and
expect,
Andy Reid
though?
go on the radio. They talk to the host of the radio show who they know they have a relationship with. They're not taking calls.
He has to know someone's going to come on and do something stupid like that, though.
You would think, especially if you're 4-4.
Well, he did. I'm seeing he's not into the transfer portal either. Good old Dabo.
He's a traditionalist.
Yeah. He's like, well, every player is technically a transfer. We just signed a whole class of guys transferring from high school to Clemson.
Which, going back to the podcast multiple episodes ago, being a traditionalist, maybe that's another reason why people don't want to go play for him.
Could be.
Or they don't want to win, you know?
Yeah. Your Liberty Flames are 35.5-point favorites over Campbell.
Let's go.
So, it's safe to say you won't be questioning your bet first week.
No, I feel good about that.
Yeah.
Feel good. App State, that's the only one we got to worry about. Only one.
Campbell, is that the school where Patrick Mahomes' half brother plays receiver?
Campbell fighting camels. Yeah, look that up where that's at.
Fighting camels, huh? I didn't know camels fought. Oh, I just saw. Did you see that? Even Colorado banned some reporter from asking Deion Sanders questions now.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't see anything about that.
and Colorado said he can't ask Coach Prime. They call him Coach Prime, not Coach Sanders. This is an official release from Colorado's athletic department that this guy cannot ask questions or be at the press conferences anymore. He can go to the games.
No press conference.
No press conferences.
Huh.
Like, what are we doing? Like, what? How could we have possibly said something so bad that
That's true.
like, you don't want to
You have to say something pretty bad
to get banned?
I was wrong. His half brother went to Brown University,
Brown.
but he just transferred to Rice.
Okay.
So, but supposedly he's a pretty good receiver.
Okay, maybe he'll come play for the Chiefs. It could be a Brett Beach late round pickup or free agent. Another big game, Saturday night game, the biggest one to watch. 7 Notre Dame, 20 Texas A&M. A&M is 3-point favorites, minus 148, over under 46.5 here.
Where's the game at?
Texas A&M.
Oof. Be another fun stadium to go to.
It would. Yeah. I don't probably don't know enough about that one either.
Notre Dame's going to be in the college football playoff. It's a
win.
game that they have to win. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. LSU USC 13-23.
That'll be good.
Yeah, that one's on Sunday actually. Sunday night.
Yep.
I don't hate that actually. The week before the NFL, I actually really like that. It was something to watch Sunday night. 4-point favorites in LSU. New quarterback. There, did someone transfer in, or who's the quarterback at LSU now?
It's a good question. I just should have new
Jayden
quarterbacks
Daniels,
at both teams.
Oh, it's Garrett Nussmeier.
They have 6 of them.
He was there. He's been there for a bit, I think.
USC's going to have a new quarterback too.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's actually, Caleb Williams and Jane Daniels, alma mater.
That's right.
Garrett Nussmeier. He played a little bit last year. Jane Daniels down in late in games.
Miller Moss, QB1 at USC.
Miller Moss.
Miller
That's a hell of a
Moss.
name. And not to look too far ahead, but week 2 we've got Texas, Michigan.
That'd be a good
game early.
Yep. Nice to have these good games.
Yeah, it is.
Beginning of the season.
Got Colorado, Nebraska week 2 as well. Neither of them are ranked right now, but Nebraska's
Dude,
up
this is
there.
their year. This is their year. They're going to win it all.
Is Colorado going to be, are they going to be a joke again like they were last year?
Yeah.
Winning that one game. Everyone's riding them. You know, because didn't they win, 3 or 4 in a row?
Yeah, they were like 4-0, and everybody had it. They gotten ranked like 21 or something, and they hadn't played anybody yet. Right. They were on national TV playing games at like 11:45 p.m.
The worst.
Yeah, horrible.
Why am I up at midnight watching Colorado?
Dude, it was like 2 a.m. and that game went into overtime.
Oh, the Colorado State game.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Dude, that's when like LeBron, Lil Wayne, all these
All of those
celebs
dudes
were at
were
the
there.
game. They shut down.
Travis Hunter lacerated his liver.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
That game.
And then
That was a cheap shot by that Colorado
That
State
was.
kid.
They proceeded to lose how many in a row?
Probably
Six.
4,
6.
5, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got into it. I don't know. Not super high on Colorado. Any other hot takes for college football? Week 1?
Just glad it's starting.
Me too. Notre Dame, that game in Ireland, week 0 was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
It always helps that it's actually a good game as well.
That makes a big difference. Even if it was a blowout, it was just good to see competitive football. And college is different too because you don't have the preseason. So,
right.
I think that
don't know
college
what we're gonna
playoff,
get.
that new format plays in that as well. Teams are wanting to win. So
No
Nope.
doubt.
It's going to be a fun year. I like the change. I think it's going to create a ton of content for us, which is good, right? Lots to talk about.
oh yeah.
And so it's only a good thing. It's only a good thing. Except for the naysayers who say, oh, it's not the traditional way of doing it. Well, things got to change, right?
They always do.
Yep.
Wonder if put out the final roster yet. Anybody seen anything?
I don't think they have.
Oh, you wonder about the Patriots final roster? Who's going to be the starting quarterback?
And receiver.
Yeah. Say
Worst receiving core in the league.
budding controversy.
I just got a
between the
text. I think
Patriots.
they said they're holding open tryouts before the first week.
Quarterback and
Yeah.
receiver and head coach.
If you can throw and catch a ball, show up.
Are you going?
I might.
Darby could probably make the team.
Hey, you never know. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
We could use all the good help we can, even though we are trying to tank this year. So,
I don't like losing, so I wouldn't be a good fit for that.
I know, but I don't think
Definitely not going to do it on purpose.
I don't. Yeah. Well, they're not going to do it on purpose either. I just don't think they're going to have the ability to win. I think it's going to be, oof. It's going to be bad. Yeah, going to be bad.
Speaking of rosters, do we want to circle back around to
Yeah, let's do it.
Isaac's fantasy football team?
Yeah. This is unfortunate. This is what you get with in-person drafts. There's always that one guy, and the sticker sheets were probably mass printed 3 months ago or towards the beginning of the year, at least earlier this summer. So Isaac drafts 3rd, takes Brees Hall, solid pick, Michael Pittman Jr., Mike Evans, Brandon Ayuk, Anthony Richardson. Through the first 5, I don't hate his team. That's fine.
I actually like his receiving core right
Yeah.
there is actually really good.
Yep. I think it's solid. He's another running back. So he takes Brian Robinson Jr. in Washington. Evan Ingram. Don't mind that. Ladd McConkey. Zeke. Darnell Mooney. Elijah Mitchell. The Jets defense. And then in round 13, he's joking, walking up there, putting the sticker on about taking Ronnie Bell to San Francisco. And I'm thinking, okay, that's a pretty dumb pick, but he plays. And he proceeds to put the sticker up there for Michael Gallup. And I started thinking about it, and I was like, I know he went to Vegas, but I think I saw something about him not playing. And then I think Adam said it. He retired.
Yeah.
Well, he already put the sticker up there. No take
So
backs.
he put the sticker up there, and he'd been sitting down for like 30 seconds, and he didn't believe us. He's like, "No, he's the number 2 receiver in Dallas."
Right.
Did you mean to draft Brandon Cooks? Because that's who the number 2 receiver in Dallas is. So he drafted Michael Gallup, who retired on July 23rd from the National Football League. Doesn't play anymore.
The best part was that he was giving his brother shit about his team being good 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to do that.
I think it's funny.
That's the best part to me.
It's funny he still drafted people after him.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like it wasn't his last pick.
Right.
Yeah.
He still proceeded to draft 2 or 3 more people after he drafted.
He totally thought he was drafting Brandon Cooks. That's who he thought he was drafting. So we told him that we should send him a message, or he should send Michael Gallup a message on Instagram and be like, "Hey, bro, dude, you got one more season in you.
Come on, just give it
never
all you
guess what
got."
I did."
Yeah.
So then he goes up in the next round and proceeds to cover the sticker up with Rashad Bateman. So we had to kind of fill it in there. That's why it's in the 14th round written in. Under that Rashad Bateman sticker is the Michael Gallup sticker. He was too embarrassed to leave it up there.
Rightfully so.
But because of that, Isaac's the CTE case of the week.
Yep. He earned it for sure.
He did.
Thanks, Isaac. It was a no doubter.
No doubter. Yep. We all thought, hey, Dane Dre, maybe they might have some stupid picks, might not do the best.
Boom.
The Twins come in talking
Isaac.
smack. Oh yeah, my dad put me in a fantasy football league when I was 10.
Making fun of other people's picks.
Oh boy.
Yeah, call your dad and let him know you drafted Michael Gallup.
Right.
Yeah.
He might kick you out of your family league. Yeah, that's a funny one. That's way worse than taking someone and then them getting cut or traded or hurt or retiring after the fact.
Right.
Yeah.
Congrats, Isaac.
Buddy.
First person in MMG that we've had be the CT case of the week. So,
Not Jamar Chase. That's
hey,
Not Jamar Chase.
that's good.
Yep.
I was pretty surprised you took Jamar Chase. He's on my don't draft list this year.
Yeah, over Justin Jefferson, huh?
And Saquon.
Yeah. I just, like I said, I was going off the fact hopefully Burrow stays healthy and get him the ball.
I just have such a
I know
hard time
JJ
rooting
said
for the
he's
guy,
high on.
period.
JJ said he's high on Sam Darnold, but
I just don't think anyone else is high on Sam
don't know.
Darnold.
No,
So
nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
JJ has to be.
yeah,
he has no option.
What's he going to say?
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
screwed.
dude sucks.
I guess he could pull Devontae Adams. I mean, that's the difference, though.
Yeah, but he's a rookie. Right?
Sam Darnold?
No, JJ.
Yeah.
Right? I
get
mean,
it.
you got to say the right things.
Yeah. I mean, he technically a younger receiver, but I still feel. I mean, he's the highest.
Oh, Jefferson. Gotcha. Yeah, I was thinking.
You're thinking
for a
McCarthy.
second.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
No. Yeah, Justin Jefferson. Yeah.
Yep.
No, Jefferson's the highest paid receiver in the league.
Not anymore.
Yeah, he is.
Lewis.
CD Lamb.
35, 34.
I
Jefferson.
thought CD Lamb.
Yeah, 30,
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
34
yeah,
million.
yeah, yep. Sorry, read that wrong.
Which I think is accurate for, if I was picking receivers based on money. Didn't they restructure Tyreek still too or something? Or did he get an extension?
I'm not sure.
I thought he was retiring after his contract was over.
I think they extended Tyreek. He's got to pay for those kids, man.
I know, man. Just
He's got 12 kids with 10 different women.
And like 10 of them are under 2 years old.
Yeah, he got a 24 to 26 extension.
Yeah.
3 year, $90 million.
So the same he was getting paid.
Yeah.
It's a fair deal for both parties. $65 million guaranteed.
doesn't his child support go up? Oh, he's making more.
Yeah.
Right. Payments go up,
Yeah.
get higher, don't they?
Yeah.
I thought he didn't have to pay child support since he had over 8 kids or something. I think that's a rule. I think that's a real thing.
How does
Seriously?
that make
What?
sense?
I really do.
I've
Look it
never
up.
heard of that
Look
in
it
my
up.
life.
In Florida,
I think someone was saying if you have over 8, then
you have to pay none.
it voids. Yeah, because they were talking about Nick Cannon.
That doesn't make
They
any
said
sense.
Nick Cannon doesn't have to pay child support because he has 9 kids.
So are we incentivizing them to just
Wait a
have
second
more?
here.
It's like, man,
So
I'm
it
at
makes
6
sense.
right
It,
now. I
it,
might
it
as well
makes
have a
sense
couple more.
if you think about it. You got 7. You're not planning on settling down. I mean, what's an eighth and a
I
ninth?
don't know about that, man.
We're gonna do some
Oh, that's
research on
funny.
that. That's gonna be a topic for the next podcast.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, here's an article about it.
Circumventing the system by having more children, so you don't have to pay your bills.
Yeah.
All right.
Love that.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's crazy.
that is crazy. It's a good thing he's been in the NFL.
He's made a good chunk of change.
Yeah. I can't imagine how many jobs you need to work to support 10 kids.
Well, if that law is
Said
the
it.
case, you don't have to worry about any of them.
Sure.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is.
It's crazy.
You got any locks for before we finish? Locks for college football this weekend?
Yeah, let me get back into it. Hold on.
Is Penn State -8 your lock?
No, I don't want to take. I can't take that. I'm a homer, but I'm not.
Crazy.
Yeah, you got to bet with your head, man. Got to bet with your head. Honestly, I like Georgia. I think they're gonna blow them out. And so I would take Georgia with the points.
13.5.
Yep. Yes, sir.
I don't hate that one.
Nope. That's where I'm going. Again, I until Georgia gives me a reason not to bet on them,
You got to.
I have to, right?
You got to.
You have to. What about KU or with the points in Lindenwood?
I'm not betting on KU. I will not put my money on KU. I don't hate Colorado -10 over North Dakota State.
Okay.
Thursday night.
Yep.
That's one I feel pretty confident in. I may put some money on Murray State +48, to be honest with you.
It is a lot of points, man.
And if I lose it, it's like, okay, well, Mizzou won by 50 then, so that's pretty cool.
You're happy.
Anyway, I'm okay with that. Under 57.5 too. Doesn't seem half bad.
Yeah, but if they think they're going to outscore them by 48 points, right? So they're assuming that Murray State's not going to score at all,
Pretty much.
basically.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's a lot of points. If Murray State does score, then
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you're.
So then you would want to parlay the over with Murray State's points.
Correct.
If you think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know enough about Murray State to even predict whether they even have a team that can compete. Score it
Do
all.
some digging.
Score it all. Yeah. Yeah.
Some digging. All right. One last thing before we finish. We wanted to mention last week, if you have topics or questions or anything for us to cover, make sure to send them to us, DM them on any of the social media platforms, leave a comment on any of the videos. I know we had some arguments in the comments this week about who had the worst receiving core in the NFL.
Keep firing them off.
Yeah.
We love to hear it.
Yeah, we love it. Keep fighting. So just keeps driving our engagement.
Yeah. Thanks for defending me, some of you guys.
I don't think you're talking to me.
No, some of our guys in the
yeah.
comments.
Someone said Dalton doesn't know ball.
That's fine.
That is
Whatever.
true.
Yeah.
Guy that said the
Thanks for the
Cowboys doesn't
comment.
know ball.
I don't think he actually read into what I said.
Yeah,
He
someone
just
did defend
heard
you.
what I said
Someone
and
defended you.
he-
They
That's how
said-
that's how the fight started.
Yeah, that is how the fight started. Someone defending you saying he said receiving core. You guys don't have enough knowledge
I
to
said-
even know what they're talking about. And then someone gave you shit for saying that the Bills was, I think they said, the guy that said the Bills doesn't know ball either.
What was the comment on YouTube about the Penn State?
Oh, Penn State Chomos.
Oh,
that was
shit.
the YouTube comment.
That's all right.
Gotta love social
And we
media.
got
Yes, yeah,
Joe
the best.
Burrow hating on us, giving the dude shit in your league for Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
He said,
The Joe Burrow
he
guy
called-
pretty much
that
said
guy,
we
that guy
all
called
suck.
us a bunch of nobodies. So
Yeah.
we'll change this to the 4 Nobodies podcast.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it.
And who's this guy?
His username with 40 followers and Joe Burrow as his picture was Joe Burrow MVP 9.
So just a super Joe Burrow fanboy.
Got it.
That's cool.
I like you.
Think he has a fucked up
Adam.
wrist too. He probably broke his
He's
wrist.
probably
just
trying
be
to
like
see if
him.
he can cut his
It's like
hand off to
this.
give it to Joe
Yeah.
Burrow.
It's
Yeah,
like
there you
this.
go.
Hey.
All right. This has been the 4 Verts podcast. Thanks for joining. Peace.